Hello and welcome back to my channel where I talk about Japan and the JET program, so if either of those things interest you then be sure to subscribe. So a while ago I stayed in a kind of place in Japan that you may have heard of, and that kind of place was a capsule hotel. They are quite common in Japan, but despite the fact I've been here for almost 3 years now, it was my first time going to one. I've always been worried about going to them because of my height. I am 194 centimeters tall, 6'4", and Japanese people tend to be on the shorter side, so I was a little bit worried about sleeping in a coffin-esque type space.
I'm claustrophobic, Darren!
So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons of the capsule hotel I stayed at, as well as showing you a kind of video tour kind of thing of the place. So be sure to stick around to the end to find out if I recommend capsule hotels for you. Okay, so when you first enter, you go into like a reception area like any other hotel. The staff are friendly, they didn't speak much English, but they didn't really need it. You're just checking in. And they provide you with a piece of paper in English with a map and instructions for things like connecting to Wi-Fi and whatnot. There was also an area filled with amenities. They had like little sachets of skincare and chocolates and tea and coffee and other things, which you could help yourself to. So the first place you go to is the locker room. So at reception, you'll be given a key card, which gives you access to all the areas that you have access to, and that's also what locks and unlocks your locker, which will be numbered with the same number of your capsule. Mine was 228. I did find that the lockers were a bit on the narrow side, so I actually had to take some stuff out of my main bag in order to squeeze it in there, but if it doesn't fit, there is a space where you can padlock your luggage. So then for me, after that, I went off to the men's main kind of area, room, space, whatever. Again, getting access with my key card. For my non-binary viewers, unfortunately, like a lot of places, especially in Japan, there were only men and women areas available. There's no other space with capsules and stuff, unfortunately. So you just go and find the capsule with the same number as your locker. There's a little button there to turn the light on, and yeah, that is your space. So I had the top bunk. At the front of your capsule, there's a little sort of blind thing you can pull down, and that gives you your privacy, which is nice. The cubes, or the capsules, or whatever, are 1 meter by 1 meter by 2 meters. So just bigger than me lengthwise, but actually I surprisingly did not have any trouble fitting. It was so white with all the lights, I almost felt like I was in Cascada's music video for the song Blink. I'm sure all of you knew that song, 100%, definitely, so popular. In your capsule, there's a little bag with a toothbrush, towel for the shower, a face towel, and some cute pajamas. Yes, I was very into these. Look at that. Look at me go. Yes, I look so cute. And this bag gets replaced every day with fresh stuff. Also in your capsule, there's like a small safety lockbox for valuables, but it is quite small, so it's really just for like your phone or maybe your wallet or whatever. There's also a panel with some controls for the lights, a fan, which I will say I could not notice any difference whether it was on or off, and also to set an alarm. I couldn't actually work out how to change the alarm settings, but it was by default set to 7 AM, so I just left it as on because that was a perfectly acceptable time for me to get up. So although the capsule was comfortable, on the first night it was so hot. I really struggled to sleep from the heat. So on the second night I spoke to reception and I was like, look, I don't give a shit about anyone else in here. You gotta turn the temperature down. You gotta make it colder. I can't take it. They didn't turn it down that much, but there was enough of a difference that it was like bearable, certainly. So from that point on, it was actually very, very comfortable. So now I'll show you the bathroom area. You don't need a key card because it's already within the men's area. So there's a few different sinks, which most of the time there's a free space, but in the morning when everyone's getting ready for their day, it is very busy, so just be aware of that. There's loads of different amenities if you want to shave or whatever, some extra towels, things like that. And then there's little shower cubicles. Within the cubicles, after you lock them, there's like an area before you step into the actual shower where you can leave, like, I guess if you have your phone or like your bag of clothes or whatever. No complaints about the bathroom area. It was nice. Certainly the people I was with, I think after spending all day together every day, we just wanted to be alone at the end of the day, so we stuck to our capsules and I just like watched Netflix on my phone and relaxed. It was nice. And that's pretty much the full tour, at least of the men's area. I'm sure the women's area is almost identical. Honestly, I was very, very pleasantly surprised at how comfortable it was. I didn't feel at all claustrophobic or confined or anything, and you know, once you turn the lights off, it just really does feel like any other hotel room, like you're in a bed. You can just imagine space around you because it's like pitch black anyway.
I'm not claustrophobic, Darren!
So pros and cons. Well, the main pro definitely is the price. It was about £20 a night, considering all the different free amenities and stuff and how comfortable and clean it was. 100% on board with it. Another pro is that compared to staying in a hostel with strangers in your room, although you still technically have strangers in the room, you do have your own private space, which is nice. So if you're traveling alone, then I would definitely consider a capsule hotel as a good option for if you want to be cheap. And the other perk, of course, it is suitable for big boys such as myself. So if you are part giraffe like me, then definitely you don't need to stress. I mean, maybe there are good capsule hotels and bad capsule hotels. This is the only one I've stayed at. But my experience was good enough that I can say you don't have to worry if you're tall. But the cons though, now, the main con for me, which just got frustrating after a while, is that there is so much back and forth. So for example, I want to shower in the evening after coming back. So I go to the shower room and I'm about to get undressed and I'm like, oh, I need the clothes I'm going to change into. So I have to go to the locker room to get the clothes I want to change into or get my pajamas or whatever. And then I shower and then I go back to my cube and I'm all comfortable. I'm like, oh wait, now I need to put away all of these dirty clothes. I have to go back to the locker room again, put away all my dirty clothes. And there's just so much back and forth between the shower room, the locker room and your capsule because you can't have everything in one place. It's not all in one room. That was very tedious, to be honest. Another con is that you don't have 24-hour access, or at least at this capsule hotel. So between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m, you're not allowed to be there and you're not allowed anything left in your capsule. You have to completely empty it out every day because that is the time where they basically clean and change everything. So you get a new bag with your pajamas and towels and stuff, new duvet, pillow, all of that jazz. So it kind of feels like you're packing up every single day, every single morning, and if you want a lie-in, well, you can't really do that. Luckily, we didn't want a lie-in. Like, the timings actually worked out fine for us because we were leaving early every day to explore and coming back late, but that's definitely something to be aware of. You can leave stuff in your locker though, in the locker room, just not in the capsule. Finally, a con is that it's not a very social accommodation. You're not supposed to talk or eat or drink. There is a kind of common space for that, but we didn't use it. So if you're with a group of friends and you want to hang out in the evenings in your accommodation, maybe it's not the best choice. So would I stay at a capsule hotel again? Probably. I'm gonna say yeah. Not in every situation. If I'm traveling with a group that I know I vibe with really well and I'm gonna want to hang out, maybe have a few drinks in the evening in our accommodation, we'll probably spring for a hostel, just get a whole room to ourselves, or an Airbnb type situation. Or if I know I'm gonna go somewhere where I'm gonna be like clubbing and stuff or partying, I'm probably not gonna get a capsule hotel purely because I don't want to go back to that kind of place when I'm drunk. I feel like I'll lock myself out of somewhere, leave the key card and somewhere I'm not supposed to, and just be loud and waking people up. And no, that just does not sound like a fun time. If I'm just doing kind of touristy exploring traveling, and especially if I'm on my own, 100% capsule hotel is the way to go for me. So yeah. If you guys have stayed at a capsule hotel, let me know what your experience was like in the comments below, and if you have any questions about my experience, then feel free to ask them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, I really appreciate that. And if you want to see more content like this about my time in Japan, then be sure to subscribe. Probably within the next month at the latest, I'll post a vlog of where I was when I stayed at that capsule hotel. And yeah, look forward to that. Okay, bye bye.